And cryotherapy is excellent for managing hormone balance. So I say this to younger women who suffer with bloating, they crave sugar. There's, it helps, they tend to put on weight because with the bloating, that doesn't help if you're trying to lose weight or just trying to keep healthy. So they find that having the cryotherapy really helps with that. Weight management, reducing the blood sugar cravings when they have the menstrual cycle. So it has such many other benefits.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Reinventing Cool. I'm your host, Maria Isabella, the founder of LondonCryo. On this podcast, I aim to talk to my guests throughout the process of their cryotherapy session, so you can get a behind-the-scenes look into the whole process while getting to know the guests better. So Allison, thank you for joining us again for part 2 of Reinventing Cool.
No, thank you. You're welcome.
We've got you here today because we're going to talk about the impact of cryotherapy on women's health. It's something that you have up to 20 years experience in. So I'd love for you to share with us what you know about the impact of cryo on women's health.
Yeah, so I've been working with women's health since I was a junior physio, which is quite a long time ago now. And I've noticed then over the last 10 years, there's much more research gone into the menopause for women. But I've always, even before that, if women were eligible to take the HRT, I've always recommended it to manage symptoms. And now you've got cryotherapy, which enhances the body's physiological response, which produces higher vitality energy levels.
That's correct.
And of course, that then helps to combat the menopausal symptoms of weariness and low energy and the low mood you get with that.
That's correct.
So, I think with women, along with the HRT, that's really improved now. And they've now got the cryotherapy. And the other great benefit of cryotherapy, it actually, I've noticed with patients, they have said to me, it reduces their hot flushes.
Yes.
Which can be quite debilitating for women,
Correct.
Especially just in everyday life if they suffer with those. So yeah, cryotherapy with the menopause has had a great positive impact for women. And they're much more into the strength training, which again helps. So it's not just about the cryotherapy, it's the nutrition,
Correct.
It's reduction in alcohol, it's strength training.
Yes.
And then with the cryotherapy, they get this more holistic of how to manage it, how to manage the symptoms. And I've also say to women, it's not just about the menopause and having that negative impact of hormonal changes. I reassure women that really since puberty, we go through hormonal changes.
That's right.
Every 21 days anyway. Yeah. And then when they look at it like that, they have a more positive impact on managing the hormones. And cryotherapy is excellent for managing hormone balance. So I say this to younger women who suffer with bloating, they crave sugar. There's, it helps, they tend to put on weight because with the bloating, that doesn't help if you're trying to lose weight or just trying to keep healthy. So they find that having the cryotherapy really helps with that. Weight management, reducing the blood sugar cravings when they have the menstrual cycle. So it has such many other benefits. And of course, with professional athletes, the female footballers, female tennis players, they have to deal with that on their days that they're having to perform. Then they've got the menstrual cycle. Yes. The cryotherapy.
It's very demanding on the body.
Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm. So it is amazing to have something like cryo that they can do, which will give them the benefits. I mean, our friends at Cryo did a clinical study with one of the universities out there, and they found that it did help with lowering cortisol levels. Yeah. It did help people get a better night's sleep, and these are all really important things if people are going to perform at their best, right? Yes. Especially professional athletes.
Exactly. And I think now that's transferring to people. You don't have to be a professional athlete. You still want to feel good. So it's not just isolated to them. It's there, available to everybody.
Everybody, exactly. And that's the beauty of it, right? And with so many cryotherapy centres around now, it is easily accessible for everybody.
Yes, and I think and women just are feeling much more empowered with themselves generally. They want to feel more empowered with the body, the strength training that they're doing, all the exercise, the nutrition. There's much more evidence-based, the positive impacts that has for women. Yeah. So I think having the cryotherapy as well is such a great, I think, positive
thing
for women to do.
It is.
Yeah.
So Allison, at LondonCryo, we normally recommend clients do 8 sessions over a 2-week period. Consistency is key. It helps to awaken the internal doctor in us, which, in turn helps to lower inflammation, and then also give us the benefits that you've just described. How often would you recommend that clients do cryotherapy when it's for women's health?
Consistency is key. So I'd definitely say a minimum of once a week.
Yes,
you see the benefits, you see more benefits of 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
But if you can manage once a week, a minimum of once a week, then you're still going to get some benefit from
Correct.
it, definitely. Yeah. And I think because it's 3 minutes, and if you've got one that's quite handy for you to go to, then you will fit it in, you'll find time to fit it in.
Exactly. Yeah, and I also agree that even just one session of cryo, which is something we've found the whole time, is that even just one session of cryo is going to guarantee you a great night's sleep, right? Which is really important for women going through menopause.
Exactly, yeah, because I think that's one thing women do say when they have the cryotherapy, they sleep much better that night. And I think the regularity, so often then they go to twice a week for those benefits, and if they can do, but it's a consistency, and that's key.
So we've talked about how anxiety and mood can be affected when women go through menopause. Do you want to talk about the impact of cryotherapy on those 2 things in particular?
Yes, definitely. I think cryotherapy is a bit advocate for reducing that, because the one main thing that women do notice is the anxiety levels increase.
Correct.
And actually that's one of the first symptoms they do notice they get without realising they're starting to be perimenopausal or menopausal, is the talk about anxiety. And that is a big, and I pick that up when they come in to see me for something else, for an injury, and it's anxiety that comes through.
Right.
And I think that's can be one of the first symptoms, but women put that down to stress.
Yes.
But I think often the stress is the change in the hormone.
Yes.
It's a drop in estrogen.
Yep.
So that's one of the first signs, I think.
Yes.
And then of course, there's clinical studies now to show that cryotherapy reduces the cortisol.
That's correct.
So again, cryotherapy has such a positive impact on reducing anxiety and reducing stress and lifting mood. And again, the mood and the fatigue that you get with the menopause. So again, the cryotherapy has so many benefits. But I think generally now with women, if you speak to people, that the anxiety levels are higher. So it does have such a positive impact on that.
And the beauty of cryotherapy is it's only 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like everybody has time to do that, especially if you know it's going to have such a positive impact on how you're feeling, which is really important these days, right? So
yeah, you can. I mean, it is. You can do in your lunch shower. You can do it an hour, because it doesn't affect the way you look. It doesn't affect your hair. It doesn't affect your makeup.
That's true.
And it's important the cryotherapy's up to there.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter. I've even gone for a night out.
Yeah.
I've been for blow dry beforehand and actually still had cryotherapy.
Yes.
And because it doesn't affect your hair. So it's not like the infrared sauna, which takes a bit more planning. So your cryotherapy, at least it doesn't affect, so you can fit it in without changing anything.
That's amazing. And you also mentioned how it's cryotherapy is great for enhancing your mood, but we also know it's great for getting rid of brain fog and productivity. So
well, exactly. Sometimes I've noticed a couple of female patients got an important meeting to go to.
Yes.
They'll actually go for the cryotherapy session before the meeting because it doesn't affect the way they look. And then actually it's lifted that mood. It's really positive. It's given them energy.
Yes.
And then they go into the meeting feeling great.
That's right. That's why everybody needs to be doing cryo. So Allison, thank you for joining us. How about we go do our cryo sessions now?
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, let's go.